when they first sold us on the vaccines, they told us that the vaccines were going to stop you from contracting the virus or transmitting the virus.
There's been over a 20-to-1 return.
If you had put that money into an S&P 500 and reinvested the dividends, you'd come up with something like $17 billion, but you think it's $200 billion.
Here, yeah.
You're okay. You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
These vaccines are highly, highly effective.
Vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick.
They're really, really good against variants.
Everyone who takes the vaccine is not just protecting themselves, but reducing their transmission to other people and allowing society to get back to normal.
Get your first shot, and when you're due for your second, get your second shot.
Our key goal is to stop the transmission, to get the immunity levels up so that you get almost no infection going on whatsoever.
When people are vaccinated, they can feel safe that they are not going to get infected.
So you heard it from the horse's mouth, or maybe some other part of the horse. What they said is, if you get the vaccines, you won't contract the virus. You won't get it. If you get the vaccines, you won't transmit the virus. The vaccines are really, really good against variants. None of that is true. We know that's false. We know that's false in part because we have our own eyes and our own ears and our own bodies, and people have gotten infected, even if they have been vaccinated in a lot of cases. But we also know it's the case now because even those people, all those same people who were peddling those lies, admit that it's not true.
What they can't do anymore is prevent transmission.
We didn't have vaccines that block transmission. We got vaccines that help you with your health, but they only slightly reduce the transmissions. We need a new way of doing the vaccine.
The level of virus in the nasopharynx of a person who's vaccinated and infected is the same level as the level of virus in the nasopharynx of an unvaccinated person.
Reports from our international colleagues, including Israel, suggest increased risk of severe disease amongst those vaccinated early.
And if you look at Israel, which has always been a month to a month and a half ahead of us, they are seeing a waning of immunity, not only against infection, but against hospitalizations and to some extent death. A booster might actually be an essential part of the primary regimen that people should have.
So you get the idea. It goes on and on. None of the things they originally told us turned out to be true about the vaccines. Now, do not let them get away with this. Do not let them tell you, as some people are now insisting, as a lot of people are now insisting, that the purpose of vaccines is not to prevent infection or transmission. The purpose of vaccines is just to mitigate certain symptoms of a virus or a disease. That isn't true. They're just changing the definition of a vaccine.